Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Planet Zoo franchise mode, where today I feel like I want to try and start filling in this little spot here. So last couple of episodes we've been working on our rhinos. Are you a rhino? You are, you ugly rhino. That's a Rubik's Cube algorithm solve reference for you there. Well, they had a baby. They're doing good. They're doing good. We had some issues with them escaping, but overall they're doing okay. Still some little tweaks on here. Again, I'm not feeling mega creative still at the moment, unfortunately. So all this little finer detail, I ain't feeling it right now. I'm hoping to sort of come in and be able to fill in these gaps for now. But I did want to start working on some sort of larger scale, sort of macro stuff. And yeah, I think here's a good spot. And one thing we haven't got here, and we haven't done for a long time, is some sort of canine, okay, some sort of canis. So let's have a look what we've got. I don't remember what we've got in the zoo. So animal trading. We have, there's the wolves. There's two type of wolves now, right? These, because we've got the snow wolves, or whatever they're called, from the snow pack, the Arctic pack. So there's the African wild dog. There's the Arctic wolf. There's the other wolf, the one that came with launch, which is the there's hyenas. We haven't done hyenas yet. Okay, do you know what? Hyenas. I've got a feeling that hyenas aren't technically part of the canine family or something, but yeah, let's go for hyenas. We haven't seen what those look like yet. Awful stats, awful stats, awful stats. Awful stats, pretty good stats, but quite a lot of crispy chicken. His name is, that's Ace. Well, crispy chicken will take you because we will want to start working on a family of these. So we need the better of two bunches. So we'll probably go for you. You're both pretty rubbish, but okay, we'll take those two. Okay, so here what I'm thinking then is, rather than having this path here be full of people who are coming to see both hyenas and what will become, rhinoceri and what will be becoming hyenas, I think we'll have a work-off little exterior path here that is actually used to view. So let's pause a sec and have a little look at that. And I'm thinking we go for a wood path here that we can then lift up like so. Right, and this is going to be a little bit similar to the African dog / Timberwolf. It started off as Timberwolf and then became African dogs. A little bit similar to the one we did for the beta, if you remember way back when. It's going to be similar to what we did for them, I think. But I think rather than just having it as just a path, maybe we do something like this. Right, I've got an idea here now. It's just coming to me as we play along. There we go. So let's go back to the regular path, and hopefully, oh come on now, that should work. All right, we can readjust. Oops. Whoa. Just calm yourselves down. There we go. Okay, and hopefully there we go. That's fine. And we'll just to fill that in a little there. The old trick. That's probably about as good as it's going to get. Okay, so if we do that, and then we could maybe do like a little. I don't know whether the game's going to let us do it, but something like this. Oops. No, let's try and mix it up a little. There we go. We can join them. Oh, there we go. I mean, it's not perfect, but like a little sort of viewing spot there that you're going to come to be able to see the hyena. Now, probably land-wise, if we bring the terrain down here, that's going to make the most sense, right? Having lower terrain here to sort of keep them away from guests. I think that's what we'll do. And then the terrain can actually, let's get a bit of terrain variation in here. So let's pull it up a little bit at the back. Okay. And then we'll create sort of almost like a natural barrier at the back here. And a very interesting looking area as well. So there we go. So we'll leave this open for a possible path here. Seems sensible to have a staff entrance over here because the path's already there for pandas. All sort of makes the most sense, eh? And then we'll put that in there. go. I'm going to drop the size down and just do some rougher work. Again, we'll probably come back into this once the animals are in so we can start working with the terrain and stuff properly. But I imagine, I think really they wouldn't have mountainous land, right? Hyenas, they live on like the savannah, I think. But I think for sake of the building here, I actually think something like that is okay. But what we might do is make sure this sort of middle area is pretty savannah-ish, for want of a better word. There we go. And then smooth that area out as a safety feature. Okay, and then we can work off that, I think. So let's throw a basic barrier in then, just to kind of get an idea of space. So I'm actually going to come off this one. We'll build it in Gambon, fine. We won't stay this way, but that's fine. Oops, there we go. So very rough. Just dealing with the space of them there. We can also do like a little like window view there as the path goes off that way. That'd be quite cool. We'll just null that, because that's going to be where the actual barrier goes, I think. Right, and then that should be it now. Let's have a look at that. No, you're not registering as a barrier yet, are you? You're going to go to there. I mean, you should though, right? Maybe do we need the gate? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's going to class itself as a habitat barrier. So we'll say hyena. Oops. Hyena habitat. There we go. And then we'll drop them in. So animal trading. Now I just want to show you, because every single time I do this, people say you can shift click and you'll select multiples. Can't, not in franchise mode. You can do it in any other mode, I think. But yeah, you cannot do it in franchise mode, I'm afraid. You have to sit and do it one by one. There we go. Okay, close that down. We'll see how they get on. We'll have to pause the game pretty much as soon as they get in there, because we've got lots of null barriers at the moment that will need work. For now, we'll see who's... Oh, no, just thought. They ain't going to get in anywhere right now, are they? Because at the moment... Yes, that's what we need to happen. Go. There we go. Now, we should have some people start to run down to here. Oh, they're already on the way. Look at that. They're speedy, my staff. They are speedy. Okay, so we'll drop them in. And let's just get an idea of sort of space and size and stuff first of all. So, terrain. 69%. Okay, so size-wise it's okay. Not huge, but okay. They don't actually need any water, which is interesting. No preference for water. So we need lots of more short grass and nowhere near as much soil. So let's just fix that straight away just to get them happy. Like I say, this is pretty much... They do need hard shelters. Pretty much an African-y space. So what we got going on here then? This is all stuff that's tweaking out from the pandas. So let's see if we can just, without having to do too much work, adjust all those. Okay, so yeah, I want to be able to select it. There we go. So bringing all these this way. I'm going to guess that one. Let's bring them out this way. That's not a massive problem. Hopefully it's enough. Let's see. That's that bamboo and these two. Okay, so that's, yeah, this is all fixable. Can just go that way a little bit, and then where's that plant? There we go. 1, 2, 3. That way, and I'm gonna guess you. And to be honest with you, you can probably just get deleted. I don't really know why you're there. See if that's it then. Environment, plants and habitat, perfect. Okay, so we've got plenty. There's actually quite a decent bit of coverage there. It's just African grassland, so it's going to be some acacia trees, that kind of thing, I think. And then everything else, pretty standard stuff, I think. Okay, so size-wise, I think we'll probably go with the size they are. Let's see if we can get this terrain looking interesting. They are happy for some rock, which is good, because I definitely think that this area here being rockified is the way to go. At the back here. So we'll say that can all be rock. Yep, okay, and numbers-wise it's still fine, so we'll do a little bit of smooth rock across it just to kind of break it up. At the back there. Yep. We can have a little bit of sand, a little bit of soil, so really, I think a little bit of soil breaking up the rock and the grass probably makes the most sense. And also we'll use that for runs. So, I'll tell you what then, we'll make this a little glass area looking into a shelter, I think. So that would probably all be soil. And then we'll bring the size down a bit here so we can make it like a run. There we go, so they're going to run there. And they're big fans of running down this way. Under there. Yeah, okay. We can have a bit of long grass. Just a little bit, just to flavour it a little. Probably in the areas they don't head around so much. Okay. And I think that's probably it. Maybe like a sand. I feel like a little bit of sand might be fun. Maybe down in the bottom here. Yeah, maybe not there. Maybe not there. It doesn't really work. A little bit of sand. Just down the bottom here, just kind of where it's where they're spending a lot of time, where it's kind of wearing themselves out and stuff. There we go. And just take it up where it's got sort of tracked up. Yeah. Okay. It's a little bit aggressive, that sand, to be honest, but we'll see. Maybe the coarser sand might be better, especially in these bottom bits here where the bits of dirt and stuff gather. Okay, that's fun, I think. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, there's the terrain for now, at least. I might have a little tweak of that. Some rock work in there as well is going to make a bit of a difference. So environments, let's have a look. African grassland biome, so we can definitely jump into that pretty easily. Grassland, there is continent Africa. Like I say, it's going to be. So we've got them ones. We've got the baboas. We're not going to be using them, or baobab, I think. Sorry. So they're the ones I was thinking of, the umbrella. Yeah, they're the... Oh, we've got... What have we got selected there? Align to surface. Yes, is what we want. So there we go. Maroon... Let's see, I'm going to probably go for these ones because the only thing I have about these is that they don't particularly look very realistic in this climate. So whereas this marula looks like it can grow. This looks more like it's a bit of an oaky vibe to it almost. So I think we're going to have a couple of them. That's 2%. Okay. Let's have a look at the other ones. Of those marulas. Marula. Jamaica. Yeah. Yeah, quite like those. And make sure these don't cross over too much into panda territory, or they probably are. These ones, acacias, yeah, these are good. We could definitely have a few of these around. I like those. A smaller one over here, perhaps. There we go. Because you want them to have a bit of coverage. You want them to have the ability to chill out a little. I'm gonna align to surface off on that one a sec, so we can put a couple of those in. Smaller ones there. Okay, so I think for a tree level, that's about right. What have we got? Oh, plants. Yeah, we can have some. What's that about these flowers? Really, they're quite bright, but maybe just where there's not many. Where there's not the sand, these can grow up a little. They're quite sweet. And they had a little bit of colour, and yeah, I think they're relatively inoffensive. reeds we can have. I gotta have a little think about water. See, elephant grass. This is the stuff. This is what you want. This is what's going to be pretty much everywhere in these sort of places, right? There we go. Into elephant grass. I don't know why I've just put all of that in the shade of that tree. That just probably wouldn't happen at all. But, you know, some here. Again, it's going to be providing a bit of cover for people. For animals, excuse me, from people who just aren't into it. There we go. And then maybe a little bit over here as well. And then that kind of gives a bit of sense to the tracks that we've just done as well. You know, they're going to have to move around this rather than running all through it. Good. I still think we need something else that will act as like a really nice low-lying shrub. We've got these nettles. These are pretty good. Sort of like show a bit more natural growth around the flowers. Almost like they're suffocating the flowers a little bit. Again, I am no plant expert, but I just kind of go what looks right for me. Not an expert on this sort of thing at all. Like a few people pointed out, I do like putting plants at the bottom of the trees. I just think it looks a bit more natural to have that line of growth move up from the grass, but as few people have said that it doesn't really happen because the trees are taking all the water from around there. They're taking all the sun. So why is that where you insist on putting plants? But yeah, sometimes I just have to take some slightly artistic liberties with it, I'm afraid. There we go. What else have we got? Papyrus, that's more of a watery one, right? Just do something that will sit low as just a bit of just growth, you know, something like that. I mean, maybe the baobabs, but they're gonna up this number quite a bit. So the thing with these ones is that's like 2 bushes that you kind of have to have, but it's okay. Yeah, I think that also really helps build up the vibe of the place. Okay, good. Okay, and then I think I want to do 2 type of rocks here, which is something I don't do very often. I want to do some natural rocks that looks like they've just sort of worn the ground away a bit. So for that, we're going to use the temperate rocks. But then I also want some of the sort of that sort of sandy African colour rock that suggests they've sort of imported some to build a bit of a feature, you know. So that's what I'm thinking. So we're going to do sort of standard stuff here. We're just going to make it look like the grounds. You know, the cliff face has been shown off a little. And you can pretty much use the same couple of rocks here as long as you rotate them each time. You don't notice that repetition very much at all, I don't think. Okay. Around here, sort of ground these plants. And then this is a really good one for digging into the sides as well. That side there, I think looks really, really good. Dug into the ground. You have to be careful not to overuse that one too much because that does sort of tile a bit if you're not careful. Where is it? There. There we go. Okay, I think probably a little bit of this here working into here, but I want to be careful not to make this climbable. Or you know, at least accessible for our hyenas, because this is most likely going to become the sort of back wall of the enclosure. And I'll make sure we don't make it so they can clamber up it. And probably in real life, this isn't safe enough. But in the game, they're relatively lenient on that, and to be honest with you, here in franchise mode, and in other builds we've done, that's kind of all I'm really concerned about, because otherwise you just have to have a lot more security measures that the game doesn't really provide, and it ends up sort of looking a bit silly, I think. Indiana, please stop chasing Oreo. That's pretty much her life's goal at the moment, is to get hold of Oreo. I don't know what she'd do with him if she did get hold of him, because every time she's got anywhere close, he either bats her away or bites her eyebrow, weirdly. Okay. So yeah, I like the idea of maybe some more rock at the lower section here. I want to make sure they can still sort of get around all of this, though, you know, because sometimes these rocks mean they don't move around so much. We want to make sure they can still access a lot of it, because all this sort of stuff is going to affect that area. There we go. That looks good. Nice little foot formation there. What have you got, kiddo? Oh, she's got a rope. That's okay. I was just checking she wasn't flinging a cat around. Okay, so terrain then. Let's see. That'll just now a little, I think. There we go. So yeah, so we lost like 200 square meters there with that, but that's fine. Still well within where it needs to be, and they're starting to look a little bit more natural and fun. That's good. Okay, so water. Yeah, I think we'll deal without water on this one. Keep it a relatively sort of dry area. Let's adjust this habitat just a little. Oh, I'll tell you what we do need to do actually. Next thing is check where they can get to. So habitat traversable area. Oh, so this is all fine. I don't really want to go back around there. So if we can maybe chop off this area here and maybe a little work here, make this the back of the wall. It'll make the space smaller, but I'm okay with that. And then obviously these two bits here that we're going to have to build some rock work up or something. That's fine as well. So we can definitely do that. Let's come into here, edit this barrier. Let's get rid of all of this from here on out. Right, and then take this one to there, and then we can null barrier around to about there, and then put the gabion back in. Okay, let's see what that's done. Okay, so where are they able to get? So this side's fine. There's a little bit there, and then a little bit over here as well. Okay, so all we need to do there then is with those temperate rocks, we need to build up this side a little. To make it less accessible. Something like that should be fine. And then the same. Where was that one little spot they could do? Let's see. Yeah, where is it? One little run there, look. Cheeky little so-and-sos. So again, all we need to do is really make that just a little bit less accessible with something like that. Okay. Perfect. Okay. And then these two bits, again, as we knew we would have to, these need to be just bricked off. Like so. And then on this side, I might have to move that one tree, that's fine. So again, like in real life, like all this sort of rock work would still have like hot wire and stuff on it. Just purely from a safety point of view. Okay. But here, personally, I think as long as the game says it's okay, I'm kind of happy with that. So we'll move all of you a little out. Because, you know, even things like this, you know, even though dogs don't really climb, you know, if they were really, really being funny, they could claw up trees and stuff, you know. Okay. Let's double check that then. Let's find one of you first of all. You're both over here. Good. Make sure you're all safe. So you're safe, and we're actually a little out size-wise now because of that. So I think really the answer to that is probably getting rid of you, probably moving you all a little into the rock work there to give that a bit more space. Maybe do the same here, because it is only a small amount of space that we need to come up with. For now, so maybe they can go in there. How do you feel about that? Let's have a look. Terrain calculating. So there we're just shy. Okay, so what's the fix there then? I suppose the fix there is to make this straight and just have a bump that way, and it opens up all of this space, right? Because I'm not really wanting to move that. Not much I can do there or there really, because I would like a path through this area and avoiding those. So, with that being the case, let's go back into paths and just kind of redo this bit a little. Down to here. Okay, and down to here. There we go. So we want to try and get these to join up. So let's try. Okay, that's not horrific. That's fine. And then what I want to do is two next to each other. There we go. There. Perfect. Look at that. Oh, that's worked out loads better than I thought. Now, I'm sorry about you folks there. I hope you just disappear. Yeah, don't fall. Don't fall into the crevice that is the hyena pit. So let's go back to the flatten the foundation here and make all of the. Oh, that's annoying. It's affecting that path there. Boo hiss. Okay, well let's take those off. That's a shame because they were kind of perfect. But we need that to be there, else otherwise it's becoming a very dangerous area to be near. Okay, so all of this has to go here. There we go. Hopefully that's okay. There we go. And you've still got a good view of the space. All right. I'm just hoping we can redo what we've just done. Just doesn't want to let us do it that way. That's just too easy, isn't it? There we go. We'll take that up that way. Come down here. There we go. Lovely jubbly. So we're going to come into the barrier then. Basically move you is all that really needs to happen, isn't it? There we go. Maybe move that one just a little. No. There we go. Okay. Just check that's all okay before we carry on. Give me a hyena. Here's one. You just look like you're about to run out. I mean, you really do. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's easily accessible, but the game says it's fine, so I'm alright with it. I'm alright with it. There we go. Let's just clear that up. Calculating 1, 3. Yeah, plenty of space. Heat map wise. Yeah, all good there as well. People are getting a little stuck here. There you go, they figured it out. Okay. Alright, that's good. So I've just thought about this. I was trying to think what are hyenas, what are they? And they're scavengers, right? And I think I always go back in my head with the hyenas to like the Lion King and the elephant graveyard. Now I don't really think it's appropriate for a zoo to have big old bones everywhere. I don't think we even have any bones in the game, right? Like a rib cage would be cool. So I don't think I want to do that, but I do want to kind of get like a bit of a feeling of that. So I'm tempted to kind of make it a little less green actually. Right, so I'm going to get rid of a couple of these. Probably these ones here. I don't think they're working for me. The grass I think is fine because it's the sort of stuff that'll just grow anywhere. But I'm thinking actually it's probably a little too green. So I'm going to come into terrain. Actually, I can just do it from here, can't I? I'm going to carry that sand up. So I like that. I like the sand. In fact, what I might want to do is just wherever there's a bit of grass, just kind of make it look like really almost dead, you know. There we go. And then there's a little bit of soil to carry on around as well. Good stuff. And then we need to come back into temperate rocks just here to clean these little spots up a little. There we go. Something like that. That'll be fine. Yep. Maybe another one is needed there, just to where that's a bit aggressive now. All right, so now I want to go to Savannah. There we go, and I want something light. Now I'm not building a Pride Rock, but I don't know why. I just kind of like the idea of just a couple of really sort of harsh stone pieces, just kind of existing, like almost like totemic in their nature. And like that. like I say, it's not. I don't want it to be obviously Pride Rock, but I just kind of like the idea of just a big old structure there that just sort of brings a bit of focus in the place too. I don't know why really. Just what I want to do. I'm gonna go back to this nature, and I want to find some more elephant grass because this would have grass, at least a little, growing around it. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what, that grass sitting lower in the ground, I'm kind of into. Now I've seen it. Almost like it's more like weedy straw grass. Oh, sorry, we got right up on the mic then. Weedy straw grass. Weedy strawy grass rather than this sort of big elephant grass. I think would probably fit the place a little better. See, sometimes this is it, you know, these builds, they require iterative design. Yeah, that's loads better. Sometimes the smallest little things like that can make such a difference. Okay, cool. Right, our hyenas are happy-ish. So terrain's fine. So they have got a little bit of hard shelter there. That must class as a little bit of hard shelter. Environment is fine coverage-wise. So we need some enrichment and we need some hard shelter. So that could be the next episode. We'll finish up our hyenas. We'll do them a nice hard shelter. Nothing fancy, just like a nice African shelter build there. We'll turn this fence here into some like glass there, so people can see them chilling out. We'll do a little bit of work on the exterior here, and put in some enrichment and food and drink and donation boxes and all that sort of stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Till the next one, be good.